So in a PN junction diode, you have two materials, P-type and N-type, which are fused together. P-type material is abundant in holes which are positively charged. N-type material is abundant in electrons. In both of these materials, there would also be some thermally generated minority carriers, which are of the opposite polarity. There are very less holes on the P side. There will be a tendency of these electrons to move towards the holes. Right? So there are abundant number of holes on the P side, so there will be a tendency for them to move towards the N side. As a result, they'll recombine near the junction, wherever the junction was, they'll recombine around that location, that is a junction. There will no longer be any free charge carriers. This region is called depletion layer or depletion region. Why? Because initially, due to diffusion of majority charge carriers from either side, because diffusion means when any quantity tries to move in the direction where its concentration is less, right? That is diffusion. So the current that flows due to change in concentration, that is called diffusion current. Of course, there's going to be some net flow, right? Flow of charge, there is some current. In this region, which is near the junction, all free carriers which were able to move have recombined. Nothing is left, except that there will be bound charges which would be exposed on both sides. Bound ions, they are not mobile carriers. They cannot move around. They are fixed. Because of these carriers, there will be an electric field. Because there is an electric field at the junction, more number of majority carriers cannot cross over because there's a field in the opposite direction. Right now, I have not connected any external voltage. So because of this built-in electric field, due to those uncovered bound charges, majority carriers cannot flow anymore. And because of this electric field, you can say there is a potential, V0. This is called junction potential. It's also called barrier potential. Now, right now in open circuit condition, there is an opposing electric field inside, because of which nothing can happen. No flow of charge can happen. Anyway, this is not connected to any circuit right now. It's open circuit. So net current is anyway zero. That means the effect of diffusion that was in this direction, diffusion, which was majority carriers moving towards the direction where they are less in number, and drift. Drift current is due to this electric field. It is called IS. Open circuit, drift current, diffusion current have cancelled each other. There is no flow of current. However, when I connect to this some external voltage, say V, in this polarity, then what happens? The external voltage that you have applied is going against the effect of barrier potential, right? So as a result, the net potential decreases by the amount of voltage. The moment that happens, now these majority carriers have the chance to jump over and create a flow of current, right? This condition is called forward bias. When the P side is connected to the P side of the battery, N side is connected to the negative terminal of the battery, the external potential, the battery potential, is actually opposing the effect of built-in potential, which was not allowing majority carriers to jump over. So the moment that effect is cancelled out, then you will see that again majority carriers can be, and this is called injection current, because majority carriers can be injected onto the other part. This condition is called forward bias. In this case, there is a large amount of current that flows, and coming from semiconductor physics, the relationship between what voltage you applied and the current is exponential. It is non-linear, which is why diode is a non-linear element. This N or eta. It's called ideality factor, which is a function of operating conditions and physical constructions. So unless in the question it is given what is the value of eta, you'll always assume that it is 1. Vd is the voltage across the diode that you've provided. ID is the current through the diode. This subscript is to show that this is the current through the diode D. This Vt is called thermal voltage, and it is equal to kT by Q, where K is Boltzmann constant, Q is the charge of an electron, and T is the temperature in Kelvin. If I change the polarity to this, so what is going to happen? It's going to add to that potential and further not allow electrons to flow. So this kind of condition is called reverse bias. During reverse bias, that internal field that I was talking about, that becomes stronger. Like I said, there would be some thermally generated minority carriers of opposite polarity. They will tend to flow in this direction, but they are very, very small in number. So that current that would flow would be almost zero, means it will be in the order of nanoampere or picoampere. And that is what is this IS, which is reverse saturation current. The reverse current that would flow because of thermally generated minority carriers. For all intents and purposes, we will assume that in reverse bias, the current is zero. This potential is Vd. P side with respect to N side, that is Vd. And this current, this direction of current, that is Id. So we just saw that when I give a positive voltage to P with respect to N by connecting, say, a battery like this, so that value of voltage up to which no current is flowing, this voltage is called V gamma, which is called cut in voltage. The current will be zero for a very, 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 very long time, until there will be a point where reverse voltage is so high that your covalent bonds are going to break. And then suddenly there will be a large amount of carriers of opposite polarity present. And a large amount of current will start flowing, but in opposite direction. And that is called breakdown voltage. Now that we know this, I have a circuit. Say it is of the form. Algebraically, can you solve this equation? You can't. This equation can be solved by using a computer or by using some numerical methods. You can solve this, but you cannot solve it algebraically. This type of an equation is called a transcendental equation. That is why we need approximation of a junction diode, something that represents that kind of a behavior, but it will be easy to deal with, and that is where come into picture diode circuit models.